if you are not a mistake, if God, the Bible says, I know the plans that I have for you, right? I know the plans that I have for you. What are those plans? Those plans, he knew them. He said, before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. What does it mean? Do you know that you existed before you were in your mother's womb? Just not in human form. He knew you. So when that seed was now released, and it met with the ovum, the scientific part of it, what happened is that God just planted the spiritual you into that womb. That's why he said, before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. I knew you were gonna come and have a heart to serve people. I knew you were gonna have. I knew you. You were going to like give freely, generously to people. I knew. You're not a mistake. So now I want to ask this question: if God knew you before you were in your mother's womb, do you want to tell me He didn't know who your partner would be, or the person that is suitable for you? Because I don't understand people who say God doesn't. So you want to tell me that God was interested in everything about you except who you marry, when who you marry is like the biggest factor that influences your whole life? How? The God that we know, that is meticulous in his planning, he suddenly forgot that there's a part of you that needs fulfillment, which is marital. And he's like, she'll sort it out by herself. She'll figure it out. A God, the God that we know, the God that we know, who's compassionate, who says to us, like, if you human beings know how to give good gifts, what about your Father in heaven? Do you want to tell me that he didn't think about that when he formed, before he formed you in your mother's womb? He didn't think about that. He just said, she'll figure it out. She'll go through, she'll kiss a few frogs, and then eventually maybe she'll find one that likes her, that she likes. No. What does it mean? It means even in your marriage, there was, when he looked at you, he said, there's a gap that exists in her that somebody that I have designed needs to come and fill. There's a gap in him that somebody that I have designed needs to come and fill. And somebody else, if they try and come and fill it, they will not. It's like waking me up and saying, hey, like, take a microphone, sing. I can't sing. I love singing. I sing in the shower all the time, but I can't sing. So literally, it's like telling a fish to climb a tree. It can't climb a tree. It was not designed to climb a tree. It's like telling a rhino or a lion to swim. Sorry, a rhino swims anyway. A lion to swim. It can't. It was not designed. Look, God is not. I want you to really, I want this to really saturate in your spirit. Oh, I feel the Spirit of the Lord. Nothing about God is a mistake. He knew the fish need to swim. What did he give them? He knew they needed to live underwater. He gave them fins and whatever. But if we try to stay underwater, what would happen? We die. He knew that the lion needs to stay in the jungle and all of that. If a lion now goes and stays underwater, it will die because it was not designed to stay underwater. Everything about God is intentional. Everything he created, he's meticulous. Oh, I feel this strongly. God is meticulous in his planning. We cannot outplan God. How can I possibly find a better spouse for myself than God finding one? Like, what is that? Like, that's insulting who God is. How can I possibly know who is the rightful person for me better than God would know? And that's where the world wants you to believe this foolishness of we all have free will. You choose whoever you want to choose. But before I continue, let's engage on that. Like, what are your thoughts? What are your views on what we just shared right now?